Turn your back eye. Attempt to explain the unexplainable. Course Guru, Course Guru, shout out Course Guru.
Throughout NBA history, there are moments that have always had a tad bit of mystery behind them, but today is the day we finally at least try to make sense of it all as much as we can. For starters, I've always wanted to get to the bottom of this strange Grizzlies timeout ever since I saw it. Why did Steven Adams rudely snatch a towel right out of John Konchar's hand and give it to Ja Morant? Did he believe Ja deserved it more? I mean, if he did...
Shit. Best way I can guess it. Nigga, you ain't the star player. Let our star player get what he need.
Do it in a Jaws more important type of way, then Conchar has every right to feel disrespected, but knew that the smartest thing to do was let it go.
You can have any brew you want, as long as it's a Corona.
Thanks, man.
That's Vinci, so enjoy it.
Even Ja Morant himself looked confused, but didn't want to say anything either. Now, a lot of people seem to
They used it out of fear.
in agreement on this one theory, that he was actually doing something nice for Ja and looking out for him. I mean, that is pretty clutch of him if that's true, but I don't think he had to embarrass his other teammate in the process. Now, in this particular instance, I bet Tim Duncan wishes somebody would have stole his towel, because...
I mean... He probably... Nah, it was kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie. I would feel disrespected, I ain't gonna lie. I would. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like he probably doing, like, out of respect because he's a star player, number one option. So, like, treat our number one option with some, you know.
Because it looks like he instantly regretted using it. Chances are you've probably come across this Tim Duncan video with an absolutely hilarious title before. The one that says, Tim Duncan realizing he has arms. While that is a brilliant way to describe how he's acting, in reality, I just thought that maybe it was some sort of substance on the towel or something. Or even like a weird smell possibly. But
I think that's what it was too, like, what the fuck?
I'm actually starting to believe this theory. It just makes way more sense. Now, we can't talk about this towel incident without also mentioning this Gatorade moment. As you can see, Tim Duncan takes a sip of Gatorade on the bench, but is visibly unsatisfied with the taste of it. He even goes in for another try, but is once again displeased with the results. I know if I was in his shoes, I would want to know immediately what...
Tim Duncan be on the bench wilding. Tim Duncan had so many bench moments, bro. He's the only NBA star who got... He ain't even a talkative ass nigga. He ain't even be doing. He be chilling. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, bro, that nigga be having a bunch of bench moments. It's always somewhere on the bench.
Not knowing what you just put in your body is a terrifying thought. Obviously, the most surface level answer is to suggest that maybe he just didn't like that flavor. And then naturally, the next possible explanation to think of is maybe that particular Gatorade just went bad. But this guy referred to an LA Beast video where he happened to drink a Gatorade that was almost 30 years old. And his review of it kinda shut down that theory, surprisingly.
And this is 28-year-old Gatorade citrus cooler.
Crazy. Ugh, bro.
Not bad.
So if a Gatorade from 1990 didn't cause him to react how Duncan did, then I don't know.
Shit, you ain't watched the full LAV. You gotta watch that video full. Nigga, that didn't just happen. I'm pretty sure that nigga threw up.
What to tell you? I mean, he did end the comment by saying either he didn't like that flavor or somebody screwed with it. Well, if somebody did happen to hypothetically mess with it, look no further than the man sitting right next to him, Anu Ginobili. Obviously, we can't prove it, but his facial expression does seem kinda suspicious if you ask me. Remember, we're just exploring all possibilities. He just seems to know more than he's letting on.
Bro, y'all don't drink nothing open from nobody if you don't know them. If you didn't see what they did with it. You could have probably picked somebody else's drink up too, though. Why don't they be writing names on these stuff? So I don't know.
While Tim Duncan didn't know what the hell he was drinking, nobody could figure out what the hell J.R. Smith was thinking. Smith is responsible for a lot of bizarre moments on the court, like when he decided to say what's up to Jason Terry literally during the middle of a play, leading to his man scoring the
I remember this.
basketball
I
with
remember
little
this.
to no
Hey, I seen that play when Melo
And
was
after the
laid
game,
out.
you would think he would provide us with an explanation, but he didn't really know how to explain it, saying, "I don't even remember that. I didn't even know I was in the game." Well, I just don't see how that's even possible, considering he was
Exactly,
about
bro.
90 feet away from his own bench. There's just no way he didn't know he was in the game. I mean, he's literally in front of Milwaukee's bench, for crying out loud. Also, did
Bullshit.
Jason Terry purposely go
Drugs,
along with
bro.
dapping him up just so Tony Snell can get an easy bucket? There's a lot of things I would like to know. I would also like to know what he was thinking during this infamous play. This is probably the ultimate brain fart, and LeBron was just as baffled as all of us were, even leaving Stephen A.
walked up on
Smith
it.
speechless, which is hard to do.
I don't really know what words I can describe that are fit for FCC airwaves or to explain the tragic decisions by J.R. Smith. I just don't know what to say about this. Look, man, I just don't know what to say. Scott?
Yep.
It is rare that I am relatively speechless.
He can be seen saying, "I thought we were ahead," which could explain his decision to just run the clock out. But why he thought they were ahead could have something to do with this. This Joe Rogan clip seems to suggest there was more to the story.
He misses the free throw. J.R. Smith grabs the ball. Instead of putting it up to win the game, he dribbles out because he thought that they were up. And the look on his face was like that, kind of like, I've seen this high look before. I'm not saying he was on weed, but I've heard stories that he smokes a lot of weed.
100%. Oh, that's a high guy.
He just gets high, and I think
stoners understand other stoners.
I think that he got like he had a little brain slip.
Another, I was hearing that. I just heard Evan Turner was talking about how the NBA be rigging games. All sports be rigged. To be honest, they all be rigged and shit. It is fair to say, because he was basically like, you rather have the Sixers versus the Heat or the Celtics versus the Heat. What's gonna bring more money? Whatever brings us more money, that's what we going with. So maybe it was a rigged moment. Maybe the Warriors supposed to win because they had the better team.
I guarantee
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of brain slips, we all remember when Russell Westbrook egregiously traveled in a game versus the Warriors. And
I
KD
remember
and
that
Steph's
shit.
reactions were priceless. But some people seem to have an idea about what possibly happened here. And honestly, that could very well be the case.
Probably thought it was scrimmage, yeah.
Hey, another time. Let's see if we can get it together.
And I remember this play by
Of course,
Lonzo.
there were many who immediately attributed it to his shoes, making references to Big Baller Brand. But if you look
Nah, they
closely,
funny as
he's
hell, though.
actually wearing a pair of Kobe 4s. Now those could still be the culprit, if it was even the shoes at all. Every once in a while, we get a moment that didn't quite seem right to the naked eye when we first watched it live. And Draymond was a part of two plays that fall under that category. This play had fans asking themselves,
No,
how
I've
did
seen
the
this
ball
play
just
many times,
magically
like-
appear in Clay's hands? Did we just witness a glitch in the Matrix or something? After a short time pondering over that, the NBA eventually revealed what really happened by showing us all angles, so we can finally stop losing our minds over it. There was also that one time where it appeared Draymond threw Klay Thompson his shoes and a pass to Dante DiVincenzo at the same time. Yet another play that made us go back and watch it over again several times. But
Nah,
it didn't
Draymond, that
take
nigga ain't real, bro.
long for one
Fuck
fan to
it.
debunk
Fuck it. That nigga ain't
tweeting,
Draymond.
"Please watch the video again, and you'll see that Kuminga threw the shoe from the left of the frame." Something I'm sure we all would have eventually spotted ourselves,
Oh.
but you gotta admit, it is pretty trippy.
I mean, bro, boy, these niggas 2K, these niggas real like 2K niggas, bro. Now, I mean, it's crazy how that shit be going past, dog. It's crazy how they be letting that slide. But shit, that's just how the game go. Anyways, we'll do it for the vid, man. That nigga Tim Duncan, though, man. That nigga got so many bench moments, though, bro. Shit don't even make sense. Hey, let's gonna do it for the vid. Like, subscribe, catch y'all next video. Go.